Good morning, everybody. This is Gardening Warrior Q, and we're back out on my balcony. The last video I had was when I started this project, and it was a dilemma. Well, I've solved the dilemma. So, in the other video, which I'll link down below, I showed how I had some potatoes growing up in here, but I had accidentally germinated and grown some squash. I took all the squash out of here. This is just my layering. And I put some of them, the more strong squash, in my compost bin. Now, that's part of the dilemma solved. I had this big bin of wonderful compost, and since these came out of compost, which is under this layer of soil, I decided they wanted to grow and we were going to let them do that. So these right here, I'm not sure where to put them just yet, so they're just in soil, staying good and all. Now, some people will mulch, not me. No, I'll just layer my stuff right over the soil. This is Chinese broccoli that needs to be upplanted, and you can actually grow Chinese broccoli in a minimum of a gallon of soil, a container of soil. And I have a bunch of really pretty little bags that just so happen to be 1 gallon. But I also have a bunch of gallon to gallon and a half water containers. So I'm probably going to uppot those today because these were planted the same time as wherever the rest of them are. These. So as you can tell, these are quite a bit bigger, especially that one. So that's probably what I'll do today. That's a little tomato. I had a little bitty bin, one of my kids' little OMG, LOL, whatever, come in these little balls. And they never used the balls again. So I put drainage holes in the bottom, and my daughter ate a store-bought tomato, but it was labeled organic. So I wanted to see if it would grow. Well, oh, it grew. And grew. And grew. These are all from that one tomato. And I gave some away, and some of them were just too weak, so I went ahead and put those in the compost pile. Sorry, there's a thing there. These are my Italian parsley. I'm considering sprinkling some of those throughout different bins. Kind of like sort of a cover crop, slash, edible cover crop. And, so that's what I'm planning on doing. Maybe not today. I've got a really busy day. But, I think that's eggplant. Yes, it's my Matoyo eggplant. And those are growing quite nicely. Another dilemma I had, I got potatoes in there. I covered them up and they just keep growing. So I'm going to cover them up. They need at least 12 inches of soil. And so that's why they look like that. So, let me see if I can get back here. These are the sweet potatoes that I brought out here yesterday. Some of them were already here. This one was already here. That one there was in water. That one there was in water. This one was actually in a grow container inside, but the grow container has potatoes in it, So I just wanted it, to stay in soil until I was able to get it out. These are my nasturtiums. They're growing quite nicely. This is one of 3. That one, I'm not sure if it's going to make it. That one was actually in water as well. And that's the original right there. That's more Chinese broccoli. And this is just getting hardened off. The reason I have that gray thing there is to keep it shaded. Because I obviously cannot bring it in and out and in and out. This thing was a heavy beast as it was. I hate wasting leaves, but I don't know what's wrong with these. They're kind of curled up. But little birds seem to be attracted to it. So, there's the pine cone experiment. I need to water that, and it's doing something down here. These are my little apple trees. I now have a 3rd one. I don't know if you can really see it. It's that little brown thing right there. Yeah, you can't really see it. But anyways, there's more mystery whatevers. Mystery vining things there. So that's how I solved that dilemma. And, I was worried mostly about where I was going to put things. But, because I do layer stuff, and now when I water these, it'll water that. I'm not sure if that's going to live or not. But, whatever. So that's just a little update of how I solved my dilemma. I can now harden off my tomatoes. Get my Matoyo out here. My eggplant. Get these at least in soil. These are the ones that were growing in here. But that's a potato. And that's a potato. Down there. There really is a potato right there. There it is. So, I hope that answers some questions. Give you a little update as to what's going on. I do have some trash I need to get rid of. And I just really need to clean this place up. There's my... That's actually Ellie's mammoth, or Russian mammoth sunflower. I've already planted one. I don't know what's going on with this one. I'm hoping those little leaves right there will get bigger so I can take whatever this is off. I mean, I know it's a leaf, but I don't know what's going on with that. So, more sweet potatoes I brought from outside. These are all the cuttings I did in the last video. Right there. These were already done. They were sitting under a grow light, so I brought them out. And there's my dandelions, which need to be planted up. And, oops. Let me get that out of there. I want these to be hardened off as well. What are these anyways? These are not sunflowers. The sunflowers did not grow, so I put some of the, I think these are radishes. I'm not really sure. I know they're not my black magic kale. I ate them. They weren't doing so good. They were struggling, so, I had to take them out of their misery. Something else growing in there, that there potato. I don't know what it is, but it's a something. Once it gets bigger, I'll give it its own little pot. So, that was my dilemma. That's how I solved it. It doesn't get that much sun back here, so that's why these are back here. And that's all I have to say about that. Oh, there's another dandelion, and those 2 little things. Not sure what they are, but they're growing, so we're going to leave them there. That's where they sprouted. And looks like it's going to be overcast for a little bit. It's kind of chilly. See, this is my field behind my house. It's just begging to have, like, guerrilla gardening happen back there. I promise you it's going to happen this year. One way or another. Y'all have a great day. Bye.